Have you ever felt that little twinge, that small ache in your joints? Or perhaps caught yourself worrying just a little bit more about taking a tumble? It's a natural thought as the years go by, isn't it? We tend to think that fragile bones, the kind that can break from a simple fall, are just an inevitable part of getting older, a consequence of the calendar turning. But what if I told you that while aging certainly plays a role, there's a very common, everyday habit, something many of us do without even thinking, that could be weakening your bones even faster than age itself. It's a painful reality for many that losing bone density can lead to fractures that steal our independence, making everyday tasks feel like monumental challenges and filling us with worry. But it doesn't have to be this way. There's a secret hidden in our daily routines, a habit that's doing more damage than we realize. In this video, we're going to uncover this surprising culprit, understand exactly how it impacts your skeletal strength, and most importantly, talk about simple, practical ways you can protect and even strengthen your bones, pushing back against that feeling of fragility. Stick around and watch to the very end, because there's something coming that I think will truly surprise you and give you a new perspective on just how much control you actually have over your bone health, regardless of your age. So, let's dive right into this significant habit that might be silently undermining your bone strength. It's something deeply woven into the fabric of modern life, often presented as convenience or comfort. And it's particularly sneaky because it doesn't just involve one thing, but rather a cluster of related choices we make day in and day out. I'm talking about the habit of defaulting to a diet heavy in highly processed foods and sugary drinks, often coupled with a general lack of awareness about what our bodies, especially our bones, truly need. Think about it: reaching for that sweet pastry in the morning, grabbing a fizzy drink with lunch, snacking on crisps or biscuits, or relying heavily on pre-packaged meals because they're quick and easy. This isn't about demonizing the occasional treat, but rather looking at the habit of these things, forming the foundation of what we consume regularly. Now, why is this habit so detrimental to your bones? It comes down to a few key issues that work together like a perfect storm against your skeletal system. Firstly, these processed foods and sugary drinks are often what we call nutrient poor. They might fill you up, give you a quick burst of energy, usually followed by a crash, but they are severely lacking in the essential vitamins and minerals that your bones desperately need to stay strong and healthy. Your bones are living tissue, constantly remodeling themselves, breaking down old bone and building new bone. This process requires a steady supply of building blocks. Calcium, of course, is crucial, but also vitamin D, which helps you absorb calcium, vitamin K, magnesium, potassium, and even protein. When your diet is dominated by foods that offer very little of these, your body simply doesn't have the materials it needs to repair and rebuild bone effectively. It's like trying to build a sturdy brick wall without enough bricks and mortar. Secondly, the high sugar content in many of these foods and drinks can actually work against the bone-building process. Some research suggests that high sugar intake can interfere with how your body absorbs calcium and magnesium, two minerals vital for bone health. It can also increase inflammation in the body, and chronic inflammation isn't good for any part of you, including your bones. Think of it like this: your body is trying to do its job, trying to send calcium and other nutrients to your bones. But the excessive sugar and lack of supporting nutrients create roadblocks and diversions, making the job much harder, if not impossible. It's not just about the absence of good stuff, it's also about the presence of this door ontento jiwi spangwa. Ni do wanting now to side rivana. Ita the port that actively hinder your body's ability to use the good stuff you do consume. Consider someone who starts their day with a sugary cereal, has a soda and a sandwich made with refined white bread for lunch, snacks on cookies in the afternoon, and has a ready meal for dinner. While they might be getting enough calories, the quality of those calories is poor from a bone health perspective. They're getting lots of sugar and refined carbohydrates, which offer little in the way of bone nutrients, and potentially impacting their body's ability to use the small amount they might get elsewhere. This consistent pattern. This habit of choosing convenience and processed options over nutrient-dense whole foods. Repeated day after day, year after year, creates a chronic deficit and an environment that makes it difficult for bones to maintain their density and strength. It's this habit of nutritional neglect and exposure to potentially harmful compounds in processed foods that, over time, can weaken bones faster than the natural aging process alone. Aging is a gradual process of wear and tear and slower cell regeneration. But actively depriving your bones of what they need and potentially hindering nutrient absorption is like hitting the fast-forward button on that weakening process. It's a powerful realization, isn't it, that something seemingly harmless like a daily sugary drink could be a significant factor in your bone health down the line? Understanding this connection is the first step towards making different choices. Now that we understand how reaching for convenience foods and sugary drinks can actively harm our bones by depriving them of essential nutrients and creating internal roadblocks, let's talk about the flip side, the powerful habits we can build that actively strengthen our bones. It's not just about avoiding the bad stuff. It's very much about proactively bringing in the good. And it's simpler than you might think. Moving on from what to cut back on, let's focus on what we should be embracing. One of the absolute most effective things you can do for your bones, alongside a nutrient-rich diet, is regular weight-bearing and muscle-strengthening exercise. This might sound daunting, but weight-bearing just means any activity where your bones support your body weight. Walking, jogging, dancing, climbing stairs, even just standing up. These are all weight-bearing. Muscle strengthening includes things like lifting weights, even light ones, as using resistance bands, or doing bodyweight exercises like squats using a chair for support if needed and push-ups against a wall. Why are these types of exercises so crucial? Because they put stress on your bones. Not the bad kind of stress that causes fractures, but the good kind. The kind that signals to your bones that they need to be strong. When you walk, for instance, the bones in your legs, hips, and spine are supporting your weight, and they respond by building more bone tissue. When you lift weights or do resistance exercises, the pull of your muscles on your bones also stimulates bone growth. It's a use it or lose it principle at work. The habit of not moving enough, of spending long hours sitting, tells your bones that high strength isn't necessary, and they start to thin out. The habit of incorporating regular movement, however, is a powerful signal for them to stay dense and strong. Think about practical ways to weave this into your life. It doesn't mean you have to become a marathon runner overnight or spend hours in a gym. It could be as simple as making a habit of taking a brisk walk around the block every day. Maybe join a local walking group. That adds a social element, which is also great for overall well-being. If you enjoy music, put on your favorite tunes and dance in your living room. Find opportunities to take the stairs instead of the lift. When you're sitting, make a habit of getting up and moving around for a few minutes every hour. For muscle strengthening, you can start incredibly gently. Even using cans of soup as weights or doing chair stands multiple times a day counts. The key is consistency, making movement a regular, non-negotiable part of your routine, just like brushing your teeth. Start small and gradually increase the intensity or duration as you feel comfortable. The habit isn't about reaching peak fitness. It's about habitually telling your bones they are needed and valued, beyond movement. Let's revisit the nutritional side, but this time focusing on the bone-building powerhouses. We touched on calcium and vitamin D, but it's worth emphasizing the habit of consciously including foods rich in these. Dairy products like milk, yogurt, and cheese are classic sources of calcium. But if dairy isn't your thing, plenty of other foods offer calcium too. Leafy green vegetables like kale and broccoli, fortified plant milks and juices, tofu set with calcium, canned sardines or salmon with the bones included if that appeals. Vitamin D is trickier to get enough of from food alone, though fatty fish, fortified foods, and egg yolks contain some. Our bodies primarily make vitamin D from sunlight exposure, but this can be less efficient as we age, and many people are deficient, especially in less sunny climates or if they don't spend much time outdoors. Building the habit of safe sun exposure, short periods. Avoiding sunburn can help, and your doctor might recommend a supplement, which can be a crucial part of ensuring you get enough of this vital nutrient. But it's not just calcium and vitamin D. As mentioned earlier, bones need a team of nutrients. Magnesium is vital for bone structure and helps your body use calcium effectively. You find magnesium in leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. Vitamin K, found abundantly in leafy greens like spinach and kale, plays a role in bone mineralization. Potassium, found in fruits like bananas and oranges, and vegetables, may help prevent calcium loss. Protein is also a building block for the bone matrix itself. So, the habit to cultivate isn't just get calcium and D. It's building a habit of eating a varied, colorful diet, rich in whole foods, lots of vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, healthy fats, and whole grains. This holistic approach ensures you're getting the wide spectrum of nutrients your bones need to thrive. Moving away from the convenience foods isn't just about avoiding the negatives. It's about making space for all these wonderful, nutrient-packed foods that actively work to strengthen your skeleton from the inside out. It's about creating the habit of choosing food that nourishes your bones, not just fills your stomach. Next, we'll look at how weaving these positive habits together creates a powerful shield for your bones and your future independence. Bringing all of this together, it becomes clear that while aging is a factor in bone density, the silent, everyday habit of neglecting our nutritional needs through processed foods and sugary drinks, coupled with a lack of regular physical movement, is a much more aggressive force weakening our bones. It's not just the passing years, it's the choices we make day after day that compound over time. We talked about how that habit of relying on nutrient-poor convenience foods starves your bones of the essential building blocks they need, and how sugary items might even interfere with nutrient absorption. We also delved into the incredible power of positive habits, how weight-bearing and muscle-strengthening exercises tell your bones to get stronger, and how consciously choosing a diet rich in a variety of vitamins and minerals provides the very foundation for robust bone health. Now, I know hearing all of this might feel like a lot to take in. Or perhaps you feel like you've been doing some of these harmful habits for a long time and wonder if it's too late to make a difference. Let me tell you, with absolute certainty, it is never too late to start taking steps to improve your bone health. Your bones are living tissue, and they respond to the signals you send them through your diet and your activity levels, even in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Small changes, made consistently, can make a profound difference. It's about progress, not perfection. You don't have to eliminate every single processed item overnight or start training for a marathon. It's about gradually building those positive habits we discussed. Maybe this week, you focus on swapping out your daily soda for water or unsweetened tea. The next week, you make it a point to go for a 15-minute walk every morning. Then, perhaps you try adding more leafy greens to your meals or find a simple, short routine of bodyweight exercises you enjoy. The encouraging message here is that you have significantly more control over your bone health and your future independence than you might have previously believed. It's not just genetics or fate. It's the power of your daily habits. Imagine feeling more confident and stable on your feet, less worried about falls, and able to continue doing the activities you love for many years to come. That future is built on the small, consistent choices you start making today. Remember, every time you choose a piece of fruit over a biscuit, every time you choose to walk instead of sit, you are sending a powerful message to your bones, telling them you value them and need them to be strong. You are actively participating in building a stronger, more resilient you. Think about that surprising thing I mentioned at the beginning. The surprise is perhaps this: how much power lies in these seemingly small, common habits. It's not some complicated medical procedure or expensive treatment that holds the most sway over your bone health. It's the simple, everyday choices about what you eat and how you move. This common habit of dietary neglect and inactivity, woven into modern life, truly does weaken bones faster than just the passage of time. But the wonderful flip side is that the common habits of eating nutrient-rich foods and moving your body regularly are incredibly effective tools for strengthening them. You have the power to choose which set of habits defines your bone health journey. I truly hope this has opened your eyes to the impact of these everyday habits on your skeletal strength and, more importantly, empowered you with practical ways to make positive changes. Your bone health is fundamental to your overall quality of life and independence as you age. By focusing on nourishing your body and keeping it moving, you are making an investment in your future self. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What are some small steps you feel you could realistically take starting today? Share your ideas or any experiences you have in the comments below. Connecting with others can be a great source of motivation and support. If you found this video helpful and encouraging, please give it a thumbs up. It helps us know we're providing valuable content. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos focused on helping you live your best life at every age. Thank you for watching. And remember, you have the power to choose strength. Live your best life at every age.